Right, thank you guys. Let's just get started. My name is Elizabeth Boals, and I am a remote bookkeeper and advisory service provider. Many of you probably know me from LinkedIn. People keep on adding. One moment. All right. So today we will be discussing. Let me for some reason. So today we will be discussing the programs that are available from our government to help small business owners. Many of you probably heard from the news that such resources have been available, and many of you probably have questions on which ones are good to apply for and which ones, what you need for them, who is eligible, and what you have to do. So today I am going to make sure that I answer some of those questions. Let's see. All right. So today we are going to discuss and overview the CARES Act. That is the piece of legislation aimed at helping small business owners survive the COVID-19 outbreak. And today we will discuss the three sections. 1102, which is the Paycheck Protection Program, 1106, Loan Forgiveness, and 1110, Emergency EIDL Grants. All right, we are going to start with the Paycheck Protection Program. So first of all of these loans they're loans, right? I got a lot of questions about calling it free money. It is not a free money. It is a loan. Both of the sections that we're going to discuss, those are loans, so please treat them as loans. So what expenses are covered under those loans, under this loan, the Paycheck Protection Program? It is your salary, wages, commission, cash tips, or any sort of equivalent, payment for vacation, medical, family sick leave, your dismissal or separation pay, healthcare or retirement benefits, state and local payroll taxes, not the federal, and some states are exempt, and payments to independent contractors as sole proprietors. So this section, it is a new addition to Section 7A of the Small Business Act. And that loan is applied for through an approval, Small Business Administration. You have to find a financial institution that is approved by SBA that can help you initiate this loan. The period that is covered is February 15th to June 30th. The interest rate is capped at 4% and the maximum term is 10 years. And loan payments are defined for at least 6 months and up to 1 year. There's no prepayment penalty, and as we mentioned, it runs through June 30th. So who does it cover? Who can apply? It's pretty much anybody. It's mostly small businesses with 500 or fewer employees, nonprofit, and some other groups like independent contractors. So pretty much anyone can apply for this program. Who is eligible? Your business must have been in operation on February 15th, 2020, and it had employees with payroll and taxes, or it had independent contractors reported on 1099. So you absolutely, for seasonal businesses, this is hard. I was dealing with a seasonal business yesterday, and they haven't, they are supposed to be opening April 1st, but as you know, we are shut down in Michigan, so they are not opening. Thus, this protection program would not work for them. Also, if you don't have any sort of payroll or you don't pay independent contractors, this wouldn't work for you either. The loan maximum is $10 million, and The loan amount is calculated by taking your monthly average payments, all the payroll costs that you have for the month on average, you multiply it by 2.5, and this is the amount of loan that you should be getting. You take the whole year before the date the loan that you apply for the loan, and you calculate that average payroll cost. And then we will discuss later about EIDL, that you can add this, any EIDL made January 31st, 2020, or after that is refinanced under the Paycheck Protection Program. So, can anyone hear me still? Are we all good? Please leave a comment. I just got a message that someone couldn't hear me. All right, let's continue. So, coming back. So how do you calculate those payroll costs? What's included in those payroll costs? First of all, the salaries, wages, and commissions. Next, you add any sort of cash tips, vacation, dismissal pay, like we discussed previously, health insurance premiums, retirement plan benefits, state and local payroll taxes. What can you use the funds for? That's a very important part. The funds that you receive could be used only for payroll costs, group health insurance premiums, employee salaries, commissions, similar costs, mortgage interest, not the principal, just the interest, rent, utilities, and any other interest that's connected to your equipment, vehicles, or anything that is used for the business. When we get to the point of forgiveness, this will be a very important point. What are the advantages of this program? First of all, there's no personal guarantee on this loan. There is no collateral that is required. No fees may be charged by the financial institutions, and no credit elsewhere. You know, that provision that prevents you from applying for a government program. That is absolutely amazing to me, because usually it is required to have at least one of those guarantees or collateral. This is not the case. That's why I am presenting this to you. So what do you need to apply for this program? You will need to fill out the SBA form 2483. That's the application. You would need to have the payroll summary, like we have just discussed what is included in the payroll summary. Sorry, I have to add more people. Okay. Then you need 2019 Form 941S, the payroll benefit breakdown, and 1099s if independent contractor. The next section that we're gonna discuss is the loan forgiveness section. So to make sure that the amount that you receive for this program, that it is forgiven, means you don't have to return it. You absolutely have to spend it on payroll costs, interest payment, rent, utilities. That is absolutely has to happen, because otherwise you will be asked to return the money with the interest. Now, how do they determine what you spend money on? Your bank will ask you, after 8 weeks, you will have to submit the proof of those expenditures and documents to your bank, to your lender. And then the lender will have 60 days to determine the level of forgiveness that you will receive. So then the SBA can purchase and forgive that amount of this loan. And then the remaining portion you will have to pay back with 1% interest. Still a great deal, 1% interest. Now, if you had to already, you had to lay off some people, you had to lay off some employees, you can rehire them. The forgiveness is reduced with reduction of payroll, but there is still forgiveness with the rehiring workforce. All right. Next, the loan is applied for the second type of loan that we're going to discuss, right? The first type of loan was PPP, which is the Payroll Protection Plan. This is EIDL. That's emergency grants. You have heard of $10,000 grant, but you cannot just apply for that grant. You have to apply for the whole loan, and then when you fill out the application, they will ask you if you would like the advance of up to $10,000. Again, not just $10,000, just the up to this amount. It's again for the businesses who have not more than 500 employees. The loan may be approved just by your credit score. You don't even have to submit any tax return. And then the government made it that the grant must be deposited into the bank account within 3 days of receiving the application, which is pretty incredible too. But I have to tell you that I have several clients who have filed applied for this loan on the 1st, on the 3rd. They still, in the beginning of the week, they still haven't received the confirmation email. And when they tried calling, the answer they received is that there are too many applications at the moment and they don't have enough workforce to deal with those. And that his application is about 2 weeks. It will be reviewed in 2 weeks. That's why it's so important to apply right now, because the government only has about only 1 million businesses will receive the $10,000 advance. That's how much money they let people have on this grant. So we have to hurry up and do that. So again, what can those funds be used for? Payroll, rent or mortgage, employee sick leave due to COVID-19, increased materials costs as a result of COVID-19, and repaying obligations. The repaying obligations is very watery. It almost sounds like any obligations that you were not able to pay within a couple months because of the outbreak. So this 10 grant doesn't need to be repaid. This $10,000 grant. Even if you are denied the loan, you still don't have to repay it if you are using these money for what we have just went through, rent, mortgage, payroll. But also your payroll has to be 75%, at least minimum of 75% of the amount. So it cannot just go all to expenses. The main incentive of payroll protection plan is that they want you to keep your employees. They don't want employees to be laid off. All right, so just to summarize, the SBA EIDL loan, it is given up to $2 million. The SBA will determine the amount. it is running from 375% for business and 275% for nonprofits. And you can apply through SBA website. You just go on the website. I will provide the links and you just fill out the application. It takes just a couple minutes and you're in. Now, the Paycheck Protection Program, it's the max you can receive is 10 million, but it is calculated by multiplying your monthly payroll cost, the average, by 2.5. The loan is 1%, and you have to go through the bank to get it. If you guys have any questions, I will try to answer them right now. Go ahead and put it in the chat box. If not, you can always get a hold of me on the website, on LinkedIn, or just email me. Please let me know if you have any questions right now. In general, just to summarize, you have 2 loans that you are going to consider, right? 2 loans. You can apply for one or the other or both. Or you can apply for EIDL, and as soon as you receive it, you can apply, you can refinance it to Paycheck Protection Program. Both have advantages. Just make sure that you treat it like a loan, not like a free money. I am not a big fan of loans, you know me, but this is a big opportunity. You guys need to make sure that you are taking care of your cash flow right now, that all of your projects or some of your projects are paused. You need to make sure that you stay afloat, you have some cash flow, you don't have to lay off your employees, your contractors. Just look into this. If you need help calculating any amounts, getting all the information ready, please contact me or contact your bookkeeper, contact your accountant. Go contact your bank today. Today is the good day to contact your bank because this is such a good deal. A lot of people are applying for it. The government is already overwhelmed, so you just want to get on that train now.